Santana, they were saying you was with him. They were saying that
do you know how much?
So weird.
Do you know how much that used to piss me off?
They would. I never believed it, but I know Santana seen it. That's
Girl,
why
I used to be on YouTube like, ew. I'm like, first of all, I don't even motherfucker play that. We ain't doing that.
Okay.
We ain't doing that. And Carisha ain't with nothing that's gay, baby. She don't even play that.
Okay.
So it was just like, I'm just like, and that affected me. I'm like, that's corny. Why y'all saying that I'm my best friend? And like, come on, what is we doing?
But what's your team like?
Yeah, but I'm not my best friend now.
Yeah.
Because these is out here.
So I do want to talk
I'm not giving it.
The gossip is heating up because Elle just spilled the real reason why Saucy Santana hit the brakes on his closeness with Didi's family. And trust me, it's not because of scheduling conflicts or endorsement deals. Word from Miss Latto is that Santana allegedly got caught up in a late-night situation. And guess who was in the mix? None other than Mama Combs, not the polished manicure. If you've been puzzled about why Santana went from being Didi's supposed favorite to suddenly acting like the Combs family doesn't exist, this might be your answer. Miss Latto claims Santana saw something that made him swear off living the mansion life forever. Once you hear what allegedly went down behind those velvet curtains, you'll understand why he walked away. But if you thought the rumors about Diddy were shocking, this twist involving his mother just raised the stakes. So grab your snacks and drinks, because the truth is finally coming out, and it's loud. Let's get into it. Okay, so Elle is dropping straight-up bombshells, and the buzz surrounding Santana is wild.
It's over. You're from the computer. Well,
What's really surprising is that Elle is the one putting it all out there. If you've been paying attention, you know the vibe between Santana and Elle has been off for a while. Let's rewind real quick. Latto and Santana used to be inseparable, like besties on full blast. They were constantly hyping each other up on social media, doing interviews together, and even dropped the track Booty Booty, which had the streets talking. Their bond was straight up bestie goals. But then, out of nowhere, silence. The whole energy flipped. Fans started noticing that Santana wasn't vibing with Latto like before, and the love from the fans turned into complete radio silence. The real drama kicked off when Santana had a major meltdown on Lat's DJ mid-show. That's when people realized something was seriously off. Santana tried to play it off, saying the DJ had pulled a prank on him, but no one was buying it. The DJ wasn't throwing shade. There wasn't any real disrespect. It seemed like a harmless moment that didn't deserve the meltdown. What made it even more confusing was that Santana later admitted he had no idea it was a prank when he lost his cool. Now, everyone's side-eyeing the whole situation, trying to figure out what really set him off. After that, Santana started making bold claims about wanting respect as a true artist and not just being seen as a sidekick or scene stealer. The way he expressed it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Word is Elle wasn't feeling it either, because not long after, their friendship fizzled out. They kept it polite in public, no social media jabs, no shady press, but the tension had been simmering for a while. And with everything going down with Diddy, it seems like Latto chose this moment to clap back because her recent track is off the rails. Now she's out here claiming that Saucy Santana allegedly got close, not just with Diddy, but with his mom too. Yes, Mama Combs. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because if you've been following the rumors for a while, whispers about Diddy and Santana being close have been circulating for years. But things really escalated during the court drama, and that's when the revelations started spilling out. Suddenly, all those whispers about Santana didn't seem so crazy anymore. The timeline has been buzzing with talk about how Santana got involved with Diddy, but the real story is way messier than anyone thought. This wasn't some overnight scandal. It's been brewing for years, right around the time Santana and his ride or die, Young Miami from City Girls, suddenly stopped hanging out. No one knew what went down. Just radio silence, no shout-outs, no shade, no Karisha, please. But now, Santana's finally speaking up, and according to him, the split was Diddy's fault. He says Young Miami was quietly trying to push him into something with Diddy, even though he wasn't feeling it. And the wildest part? Santana claims Diddy was already dating Young Miami back then. Imagine the mess, your so-called friend trying to hook you up with the same guy she's sneaking around with. Things got awkward fast, and that's when the drama hit the fan. They went silent for a while but eventually patched things up, and before long, Santana was right back by Diddy's side. But here's where it gets spicy. It wasn't exactly hush-hush. People in the industry were already whispering about Santana's relationship with Diddy. It wasn't public knowledge, but it wasn't a secret either. The first big spark came from a messy Twitter clash between JT and Young Miami, where JT low-key outed Santana and Diddy's rumored fling. She dropped a bombshell tweet, saying, "Been sneak dissing me for weeks and I ain't say what a _ are mad at me for." JT wasn't having it. She fired back, saying, "Oh, Miss Mama, this your last day playing dumb. It's too much for me to tweet. I would like a sit down. Carisha, please. And this time, leave Santana home." Fans quickly caught on to JT's cryptic clue, but Latto was already in the loop. Santana wasn't the only one with deep ties to the city girls. Latto had her own connections with them, and she could sense the brewing storm behind the scenes. But here's the twist. Latto wasn't the only one piecing things together. DJ Academics caught the vibe too. On a recent podcast, AK had Whack 100 and others on, and the conversation took a messy turn. Things started cool. But then AK threw out one of the boldest questions in hip-hop history. Did Diddy have any connection to what happened with Tupac? Most people would tiptoe around that. But AK didn't hold back. He dropped some serious hints. He didn't flat out say Diddy was involved, but he made it clear that shady things were happening behind the scenes. Whack 100 spilled the tea on the parties Diddy was hosting. Parties that weren't just wild, but allegedly went into risky territory. He mentioned how those parties had a certain reputation in the industry, with all sorts of people showing up. And let's just say, the events that went down couldn't be forgotten. It really seemed like he was hinting at something big without saying it outright. And when Wax sidestepped the Tupac question, that silence said everything.
Right back up. I even asked about it with Tupac.
Oh, hold on, bro.
And Diddy's innocent.
No, he's guilty of having party partners.
What that mean?
Huh?
What's a party party?
He killed Pop.
That's some shit he ain't supposed to be doing.
Now, what that mean?
What
Because
party mean?
that Gene Deal nigga saying coming out with like, you know what I mean? They got towels around their waist.
But wait, it gets even juicier. Whack 100 stepped up and dropped a hint that Diddy, Saucy Santana, and Young Miami were allegedly hosting exclusive gatherings, events where phones get left at the door, and whatever happens behind those closed doors stays there. He didn't give away all the names or spill every detail, but he definitely made sure we understood that these weren't your typical laid-back hangouts.
Nah, this shit. You gotta explain the party
That's
part.
some Saucy Santana.
Stop it.
Now
Stop.
that we got there,
No, stop.
you the one said maybe the girl, Saucy, and Puffy having party. Don't act like you didn't say that.
And,
Don't tuck your tail, bro.
hold up, Ice Cube.
And this is when the drama truly exploded. The second L spilled that steaming hot tea, Santana snapped. For the first time ever, he came out swinging, fiercely responding to the whispers tying him to Diddy. And let's just say, he was far from calm. Santana came for Latto with an intense denial, insisting there was nothing romantic or scandalous between him and Diddy. But the real twist? The fact that he even addressed it at all, it was a first. Fans immediately picked up on it because until now, he had stayed quiet while the rumors swirled. But this time, staying silent wasn't an option.
Supposed to do, but the apple don't fall far from the tree, man. You gotta realize that. You know, he didn't get all this from his daddy, because he didn't know his daddy, even though they try to say his daddy was some big time deal in the whole 9 yards. You understand? He didn't get this from his daddy. You gotta realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostituting too, or these ladies was doing things other than modeling. So the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Hold up, that wasn't even the full story. Once Elle spilled the hot tea, Santana lost it. For the first time ever, he went on the offense, firing back at the rumors linking him to Diddy. And let's be real, he wasn't calm about it. He was on fire. Santana dragged Latto, fiercely denying any romantic or spicy connections with Diddy. But here's the twist. The fact that he even responded at all was a first, and fans immediately picked up on it. Until now, he had stayed quiet while the whispers swirled, but this time, silence was not an option. Now, if there's one thing we know about Miss Big Mama Latto, it's that she doesn't take kindly to being called a liar. So when Santana tried to shut her down, she didn't just respond, she came out swinging. And this wasn't just a simple clapback. Latto went full throttle, dropping one of the most explosive revelations of the year. According to her, the real shocker isn't Santana and Diddy. No, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Latto claims the real mess is way deeper, more twisted, and completely off the rails. So, if the Santana-Diddy rumors aren't the main event, then what is? Buckle up, because Latto's next reveal is about to ignite everything. Latto just flipped the script on Diddy like no one expected, claiming the wild drama didn't stop at Santana and Diddy. Oh no, she's now saying Santana allegedly got tangled up with none other than Diddy's mother, Janice Combs. Yes, Mama Combs, polished nails, pearls, and all. But wait, it gets wilder. Latto didn't stop there. She said this wasn't just some one-time thing. According to her, Santana and Janice got extra cozy while Diddy was locked up. Word is, Mama Combs leaned on Santana for some comfort while her son was facing major federal heat. I don't know about you, but Saucy Santana getting cozy with Mama Combs? That's a whole new level of shocking. Whether Young Miami played matchmaker or Santana made the move on his own is still unclear, but one thing is certain. If any of this is true, the Diddy drama is 10 times messier than anyone thought. And Santana cutting ties with the Combs crew suddenly seems strategic because the last thing he needs is to be outed for being involved with both mother and son. Honestly, the tea about Santana and Mama Combs isn't hard to believe. Santana has never been shy about making bold moves behind the scenes. And as for Mama Combs, the streets have been talking for years about her being the one who introduced Diddy to the wild lifestyle. So, when you connect the dots, things start looking way too convenient. When the buzz about Diddy's over-the-top parties started circulating, people wasted no time making connections. What raised the most eyebrows was how Mama Combs kept showing up at nearly every one of those crazy gatherings. So now that the rumors about Santana and Mama Combs are swirling, no one's even that surprised. This drama has finally come home to roost. And now, insiders from Diddy's circle are stepping forward to reveal that Mama Combs may be the real mastermind behind the scenes. According to Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, there are some eye-opening claims that Janice wasn't just a supportive mom at the parties. She was allegedly calling the shots behind the scenes, running a whole setup. A network of glamorous women all working under her direction. So when people start whispering about Mama Combs being deep in the spicy scene, it's not just some random gossip. It's part of a much bigger story that goes back to Diddy's early days. And now, with the news about Santana and Mama Combs, it all starts to make sense. If the rumors sound wild, they are really not that far from the madness that's been brewing for years. Let's be real for a second. Once people started connecting the dots between Diddy, Santana, and Mama Combs, it wasn't just whispers anymore, it was a full-blown scandal. The internet is buzzing with questions. Was Santana just there for the vibes, or was he involved in something far more shadowy? And what's the real role of Mama Combs in all this? Yes, the one with the perfect white nails. Because if your own mother's hosting these late-night wild sessions, that's a whole new level. We've heard the rumors, but this might be the storyline that cracks everything wide open. Trust me, and all the digital detectives out here, we're watching every move. If this is what's spilling now, imagine the skeletons still hiding behind those Hollywood vault doors.